All right, so let's talk about this. You see a lot of different entrepreneurs on Instagram, on YouTube, who are sharing all of these success stories to inspire a lot of people, but to also sell their products and services online. And they share how amazing it is to create a course or a service or any kind of other offer digital products online, and you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of it, right? But nobody talks about this dark side that I'm going to be talking about inside of this video, which shows that there is always a cost and a risk associated to every single thing that you do in the online or digital space, just like you do in any other businesses out there. So if you're building out a restaurant and you're looking to create a restaurant business, you want to do all of these different cuisines, there's always a risk of that not working out, right? Similarly, there's also a risk of creating courses and digital products online and trying to sell offers online. Sometimes things work really well and sometimes things go off. But what do we do when things go off, when something does not work? Welcome to day 18 of the Office Turnover Challenge, and today I'm going to be discussing just that. If you have no idea what we are doing inside of this challenge, is we are converting negative ROAS offers that we are running on negative meta ads to positive ROAS, which basically means we are converting losing money offers that are losing money on meta ads that we are running on cold traffic ads to convert them into positive money making ads so that we are profitable right off the gate. Okay, so when I started this challenge, we were sitting at 5% of the offers that were positive ROAS, but then my goal will be to turn that number to 60% by the end of this 60-day challenge. Now this is going to be a huge journey, but at the same time there will be a lot of ups and downs in between, and I'm going to be talking about one of the downsides we had for one of the clients. Okay, and what happened was, this particular client, we launched the course, and I'm going to dive inside our details very soon, but it did not work out. And there were three major lessons that I learned inside of this that really got me to think about sharing all of this upfront with people and letting them know, hey, there's always a risk associated to every single thing, and people don't say that upfront. Like, and this sets a wrong expectation for people to believe that if they just create an offer, people are gonna buy, which is not true. At the end of the day, it's the audience or the target audience or the market that determines if they want to purchase your offer or not. So without much ado, let's dive inside of day 18 and check out what we did for the day. So the format of how we are doing this challenge videos is where we are discussing all the things that I did for the day, all the optimizations we did across the clients. So CM, KT, SN, and DY, all of these are individual clients that I worked on the offers of today. And there are several things that I did. So for CM, I created a strategy for him, for his course and for his offers, right? On how he can start selling the offer, how he can start selling his courses and products, right? And then for KT, I did a deep dive. Deep dive basically means this particular offer has already been running on marketing where we are spending money on ads. So my goal will be to look at the data to see what's working and what's not working and fix what's not working so that we can get better results. And then for SL is where we discuss about the course failure and what happened and how we are going to change it, what we are going to transfer or move towards, and so on and so forth. And then finally for DY, we had some ongoing clarifications that we did for him. Okay, so we are going to be discussing about the course failure on the third part of this video. So I have already put down the timestamp so that you, if you want to just skip to that part and not go through any other parts, that you can definitely do that. But every single client that I'm working on every single day actually helps us bring some kind of clarity I'm getting from each one of them. So I'm pretty sure you're going to learn a lot from each one of them. So without much ado, let's dive inside of CM. So for CM, I developed a strategy for him, and it was pretty simple. It took me a lot of time, a lot of time, to really understand what's working and what's not working for him, for his industry, and finally came to a point. But his niche is app development, and he has a $3,000 boot camp that he's trying to sell. And the funnel that I chose for him was a tripwire funnel, where we are going to sell a low ticket front end offer, and in the back end we are going to have people book a call with him, right? So this is what the strategy was. The course topic was AI app development, and then the low ticket front end offer, we have strategized it. So I have completed the strategy, completely strategized each and every product we are going to have on the front end offer, what it looks like, what are the deliverables, and so what are the bonuses and all of that. And then we are going to get people to a confirmation page after they have paid for the low ticket offer. And then in the confirmation page, we are embed a calendar, and then that's where people can book a call with us. Okay. So we are going to upsell the $3,000 bootcamp from there. Okay, and that's it for CM. That's what the strategy was. It took me 3 hours, but that was that short. Okay, excuse me. So for KT, we did a deep dive. So KT is one of the first clients that we worked on. Um, Here's a deep dive report. For the ads analysis, we got like 1.57%, which is good. And then for the CPC, it was at $4.35. So the ad stats are looking better now since the previous one. The only tweak we need to make on the ad copy is set right expectations. So what his offer is, his niche is career counseling, and he has a $499 course. And how he is trying to sell it is that he wants to give people a $1 7-day program trial, right? So that people can just check it out, and then once they agree, they can pay the remaining $498 if they like it. So this week we did not get, last 14 days we got 64 landing page views. The opt-ins was very low and the opt-in cost was super high, and we didn't even get one trial member to sign up for this particular offer. Okay, so I made some optimization on the checkout section. I suggested a few things like start your transformation to become AI or recession proof in your job, or and an irreplaceable leader today for just $1. So I just mentioned that the whole idea of optimizing the checkout page was to let people know that this is a $498 offer, but then they're just getting access to it for 7 days for just $1. Just wanted to make that clear and have people go to the image in the checkout page. So what it was doing is it was taking all the buttons in the landing page, was taking people directly to the checkout section, where people can go ahead and type their name and email address, their card information to complete the purchase. But if they do not know what they are getting, it wouldn't make sense for them to go ahead and put in the card details. So even if you get like three opt-ins, it will have low intent, right? So that's why I put that in. And for button actions, that's what I did. And for immediate next steps, we'll be tweaking the ad copy, make all the required funnel optimizations that I suggested above, and keep the ads running. That we need to spend at least $600 to get the right numbers, and we will do the next deep dive right after that. So this is what we did for KT today, and let's go in of the 18th. So the next thing is the course failure. So let's talk about the course failure. Okay, so for SN, we are seeing here are the stats. So the CDC is like 0.69%. I'm sorry, my throat is hurting. So the CTR link is 0.69%. The CPC has been super high ever since we launched this particular program. So far, we have spent like $3,400 in ad spend that was invested inside of this particular campaign, and the funnel generated zero sales, and her offer cost was just 97 AUD, Australian dollars, right? And the opt-ins were very low, and there were the internal benchmarks were 2 to 3%. So what happened was, before I came in, we had already spent a lot of money, like $1,100 or something, before I stepped in inside of this particular project to see what was working and what wasn't working. And then when I did the deep dives, I made three suggestions on the deep dives to make sure the funnel is converting better. All the funnel optimizations that we do across the different clients and the different the sections that are actually getting results. Even after doing that, even after spending $1,300 on that, we did not get any sales. And then the client wanted to do a split test as well, and where we spent around 11 close to $1,000 on that test. That did not work out as well. So what this data tells us is that despite multiple iterations and funnel perfections and refinements, the performance indicates consistently showed insufficient market demand for the course format. and the audience is not responding to a DIY proposal course, CTR is significantly below benchmark, low top of the funnel interest. And finally, the conclusion was that men in this niche prefer paying someone to plan the proposal rather than learning how to do it themselves. So, this particular client is in proposal niche, and she's a proposal coach, and she has been. Uh, I wouldn't call her a proposal coach, but she has been a proposal expert since a very long time. She has served like 3,000 individuals across Australia to organize their perfect proposal, and she has already been providing this as a service, but recently stepped in instead of the proposal coaching section, right? Where he created a $97 course, and it did not work out. Nobody purchased the course. And here's what we learned from this entire experience. The first thing is that the audience is always the king. You see, the course was a pioneer in the industry. So in Australia, there were no other courses around proposal. There were no other courses that were teaching men on how to propose their women, right? And it was the first course that we tried inside of that industry, since we figured, okay, it's going to be a unique idea. But then the audience is always the king, right? They decide whether they want to buy a course or not, which we only could find out after we launch, right? So that's the first thing. The audience is always the king. The second lesson that we learned from this was that the category creation is very expensive. So if someone is not doing something inside of an industry, it's because of a particular reason, right? You see, unique is not always a success. Will there be anybody who would have thought of launching a proposal coach? Sure, there would be many people, but they would have tried, burned the money, and lost it, right? So there is always a risk associated with category creation. So if we are going to step into something, try something unique, we can expect to burn money upfront to see if it is going to work or not, right? However, another thing that I figured was, which was very very important, was to make the pivot much faster than it was required after spending like 3K. We could have pivoted after spending like $1,000 on a $100 course, right? So here's the rule that I created. For all the offers moving forward, what we are going to be doing is we are going to have a 9x spend rule, where we are going to make a hard pivot if the offer gets zero sales after us spending like 9 times the price of the offer. If we do not get any sales, we are going to make a hard shift. We are going to declare the course a failure, and we are not going to move forward. So this will allow us to understand that the course is required in the inside of the industry or not. If it is not required, we just pivot into something else, right? So what do we do when something like this happens? When we fail on a particular course? You see, do we quit? Do we stop doing something, or we just change something, right? So the goal is to transition the existing funnel into an appointment funnel where we help them sell their service to high level entrepreneurs. As simple as that. So they have already been selling their service. And what I suggested was, how about we just book you qualified appointments of all the individuals who are high level entrepreneurs, they have money to spend, and we sell a $10,000 or $25,000 service inside of that to create a really amazing luxurious proposal for these individuals. So I just sent this as a suggestion to the client to see if we are going to be good on going that way, so that we can recoup all the money that has been spent inside of this particular project with just one sale. Okay, so if we can just get one sale of $10,000, even if it's $10,000, we can get people to go ahead and we can recoup all the money, but at the same time we can just scale our service agency or a service business to the next level rather than offering a course. So at the end of the day, it is a game of not, it's not a game of if it doesn't work, I am done. At the end of the day, it's always about if it does not work, we'll try some other approach that does work. Okay, so if you're stepping inside of the digital space, offer creation services, know that a failure is not the end. It's the beginning of you realizing what is actually working and what's not working. So if something does not work, just shift towards something that is going to work, right? Since the sales calls and all of that is already proven to convert, that's why we suggested let's just sell your service on the call, right? So we are gonna see, we are gonna wait for the client to respond on this, and based on that, we are gonna make a decision on how we can move forward. But this is how the digital space actually works. Excuse me. So that's it for SN. I hope this particular lesson was really helpful to you as well. Let me know in the comment section what were your top failures that you had in your business that cost you money. Okay. Then for DY, we had some ongoing clarification on the funnel or the offer that we are running for him. So let's get inside of DY. And the ongoing clarification is that how is the number one problem in today's world not performing on cold ads? So his offer is back pain for individuals. Like his offer is like to help people who have back pain and severe back pain. He is helping them understand how to completely eradicate back pain at all. So just to give a little bit context, we have spent $1,100 on ads, and we have made $594 in course sales with just two sales because he has a $297 course. And then the ad dynamics changed recently, so what I suggested was like Andromeda was just started kicking in a couple of weeks back, and the ads are really not performing well because of that, especially when we have specific targeting. So we are moving away from specific targeting and just going towards broad targeting so that we can get better results for the clients. So I also saw that both of the sales came from the checkout page. So the only change I would suggest is to move back to a one-step order form and let people just opt in on the sales page and go to the checkout page to complete the purchase, right? The keep the ads running. Don't pause the ads. Keep the targeting broad, and let me review the data on Tuesday next week. So basically, what was happening is we shifted before when we got the sales. It was through a sales page. Then people would go to a checkout page where they can complete the payment. However, after reviewing, I thought like we could improve the purchase rate by simply moving the checkout to the same page, which is the sales page itself, and that did not work out well. So what we did was we shifted back to what was working, and right now we are just going to be utilizing that, and moving forward we are gonna start getting better sales, and we are going to just scale our offer moving forward. So this is going to be really good. At least we are very confident with this particular offer, so I'm gonna see how it works out. Okay, so that will be all for day 18. I hope this entire video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section what was your best takeaway. For me personally, the best takeaway was there's really not a guarantee about anything in life, especially in business, right? So if something is going to work, we are never going to figure out unless we get in the game, get in the arena, get on the stage to figure it out. So I hope this entire video gives you some clear picture on what to expect when you're stepping inside of the digital space, just to figure out if you have that capacity to go ahead and try and test different stuff. Because if you don't, then it would be best if you suggest to work to get your services through, get the cash flow coming in, and then go ahead and test different offers online. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section what was your best takeaway, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, keep creating for a change.